Ride the signal through the unknown. This is the cryptic current.
When you think of cartoons, what comes to mind? Frozen, Toy Story, or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
On November 18, 1948, at the Colony Theater on 79th Street, New York,
The new film Steamboat Willie was officially released.
in this over 7-minute film, audiences experienced for the first time a cartoon with sound featuring an anthropomorphized black mouse.
Before that, all cartoons were silent. Thanks to the adorable main character and humorous content, the film made a huge impact on New Yorkers on its very first day. Not only that, within just a few years,
This little black mouse spread worldwide like a whirlwind.
that is the famous cartoon character Mickey Mouse. One of the creators of Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney, after creating this character,
Continuously produced many other famous animated works.
accompanying the childhoods of many people. But very few know about another identity of Walt Disney.
It turns out, besides being the owner of an animation studio,
Walt Disney was also an FBI agent.
at that time, Walt Disney worked for the FBI and carried out many secret missions.
Some even discovered he established a club called Club 33, located at 33 Royal Street, New Orleans Square. This number 33 is precisely the highest ranked in the Freemasons. It seems that some cartoons are not just ordinary films. In seemingly harmless scenes, terrifying conspiracies are hidden. Today, we'll talk about the unknown aspects of Disney cartoons. Subscribe to the Gian Migo channel so you don't miss exciting videos.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Ruby. In 1993, thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, the FBI declassified part of the document.
When released, this document shocked global media. It turns out, the founder of the famous animation studio Walt Disney was an FBI spy. Although most of the information over 570 pages was redacted, people still learned that. From 1940 until Walt Disney's death in 1966, he was always a secret agent for the FBI. His main task was to uncover spies hiding in Hollywood. Since it was during World War II, with global political chaos, the first director of the FBI, John Edgar Hoover, received reports that Hollywood might have been infiltrated by foreign spies. These individuals were attempting through media and culture to promote political ideologies opposing the US. Therefore,
Hoover approached Walt Disney when he was just starting his career.
and successfully persuaded him to join the FBI to help uncover spies posing as directors, producers, and actors in Hollywood. It turns out, media can indeed manipulate human thoughts. Otherwise, why would the US go to such lengths to find opponents? When the document was released, besides shocking the media,
It also stunned many members of the public who believed that
if media can easily manipulate human consciousness, even implant it into the subconscious, so how can we be sure that? In the past, Walt Disney did not implant any ideologies into the cartoons we watch. Indeed, when people revisit Disney's cartoons with this mindset, they have discovered many strange scenes. In 1930, 2 years after Mickey Mouse became famous, Walt Disney traveled a long distance to Neuschwanstein Castle, built in the 19th century.
the entire castle is situated on a high mountain in the town of Fussen, in the Bavaria region of southern Germany. Since it was winter in Germany at the time, the ground was covered with a layer of ice and snow.
At sunrise, the light shone through the white snow onto the castle, and the castle reflected the light, making Walt Disney feel extremely moved. Because the castle before his eyes perfectly matched the image he had imagined in his story. And then he took up pen and paper, drew the classic Disney logo, and signed Walt Disney below it.
Originally, this was a very beautiful story that someone discovered. That Walt Disney's signature seemed to conceal a mysterious set of numbers, 666. And in the Western world, 666 is considered an unlucky number. Coincidentally, the front under the name of a secret organization Illuminati, called Lucifer, is located precisely at 666 United Nations Plaza.
Lucifer means Satan, so some also believe that 666 is a symbol of the Illuminati.
Previously, in 2 videos about Illuminati cards, I also introduced to everyone
that the all-seeing eye, symbolizing the Freemasons, can be seen on the $1 bill. Below this all-seeing eye, you can see a set of encoded numbers. If you add these encoded numbers together, you get 1776, and coincidentally, the Illuminati was founded in 1776. Notably, when we remove the letter M and the duplicate numbers, we see DCLXVI. And when we add these encoded numbers again, the number 666 appears. Since this number also appears on the Disney logo, many people began to suspect whether Disney is truly connected to this secret organization.
For some reason, starting from the 18th century, some influential people in society began making a mysterious hand gesture in their photos.
And it was called the hand sign by everyone. Initially, people thought it was a normal hand gesture, meaning that those individuals wanted to display their noble social status. Until later that this mysterious hand gesture was found in the Freemasons. It turns out this hand gesture
actually carries a very special meaning, which is
brotherhood, loyalty, and our faith unchanged until death. And then people realized that many famous historical figures like Napoleon Bonaparte, Karl Marx, Lenin, Stalin had deliberately displayed this mysterious hand gesture, and of course, it also includes the main character we're discussing today, Walt Disney.
In 1934, Walt Disney began adding new characters to the Mickey Mouse cartoon, and thus, Donald Duck was born.
Because Donald Duck's personality was built very prominently, and he often made irrational, puzzling movements. He quickly won the affection of a wide audience upon his debut. Therefore, with the support of the public, in 1937, Disney released a film with Donald Duck as the main character. But someone discovered that in Donald Duck's film, the hand sign scene occasionally appeared. And there were even times when direct references to the Illuminati appeared. In this cartoon clip, people noticed a row of English words hanging on the wall.
Translated into Vietnamese, asking about the Illuminati not only appearing in cartoons,
but also in the upper-class life on the ship, words like Illuminati once appeared. And even the Freemasons logo directly appeared on the screen. The symbols of the Freemasons were not the most shocking thing. But someone discovered that Disney cartoons also contain a prophecy that is startling and terrifying. In 2010, Disney also released another masterpiece, Tangled. This film, upon release, immediately created a new worldwide craze. However, someone discovered that the film also includes a prophecy about this pandemic. The beginning of the film says this: long ago, a pure drop of sunlight fell from the sky. When it touched the ground, a golden flower immediately sprouted from the earth. This flower possessed magical energy that could cure illnesses without medicine, making the old become young again. But then one day, when the queen was about to give birth,
she contracted a strange disease.
To save the queen, the king ordered someone to find the legendary golden flower. After using the flower, the queen miraculously recovered and gave birth to an extremely lovely princess.
Later, this princess, having inherited the energy from the golden flower, was imprisoned in a tower in a village by evil people.
The name of that village was Corona. That's right, coincidentally named after the corona pneumonia virus.
In the movie, the princess was locked in a high tower,
her isolated life resembling the current pandemic quarantine, plus the coincidental name Corona. This made some people even more convinced that Disney is not just an ordinary animation company. And then, a photo was circulated, seemingly providing people with the answer.
In the early 1930s, the Disney animation studio suddenly
Demolay. Demolay is not an ordinary term, but actually an important organization within the Freemasons.
In 1919, Demolay was officially founded by 9 members
and was named after the last Templar knight, Jack Demolay. This knight was no ordinary person. Legend has it, he was one of the few people in the world
who knew the whereabouts of the Holy Grail.
In 1099, the Crusaders captured Jerusalem. When the news spread,
many Christian believers made pilgrimages one after another.
But due to the long journey and the poor social order at that time, the believers were often attacked by robbers. In such an era, the Knights Templar were born. Their initial purpose was to protect the pilgrim believers.
Because each member possessed strong martial arts skills, along with their righteous actions.
Like protecting believers, more and more people voluntarily joined the Knights Templar. Eventually, they even received the Pope's support,
becoming the Pope's private army, not only enjoying tax exemption privilege,
but also collecting 11 types of taxes in their territories. Therefore, the Knights Templar in a short time accumulated enormous wealth. However, disaster struck suddenly, ultimately leading to their own destruction.
On Friday, October 13, 1307,
the Knights Templar in France
suddenly attacked by King Philip IV's army. In just one night, they captured a total of 138 high-ranking commanders
of the Knights Templar. Ultimately, all were executed by the king.
This is also the origin of Black Friday,
a globally famous Black Friday. Although outwardly, the Knights Templar were destroyed, they had long accumulated a massive fortune. How could they be said to be extinct?
Legend has it that year, the Knights Templar had long recognized the king's intentions and secretly discussed transferring their assets
to various regions in Europe, which included the Holy Grail that Jesus used during the Last Supper.
Legend tells that this Holy Grail contains the holy blood
of Jesus, thus possessing immense power,
capable of resurrecting the dead.
And this Holy Grail still remains in the hands of the Knights Templar. Only now they are no longer called the Knights Templar, but are called what? That is the Freemasons. What is astonishing is,
just as people began to suspect that one Disney was very likely
a member of the organization, under the name of the Freemasons,
one Disney himself stepped forward
to publicly admit it. In 1965,
one Disney admitted that he himself had joined the mysterious organization, the Ancient Order of the Nobles of the Mystics,
and in this statement,
he also publicly shared a photo of himself, the uniform of the Mystic Shrine. Unfortunately, just 1 year after revealing his identity, one Disney was said to have passed away
but strangely, soon after one Disney's death, his personal assistant, during his lifetime discovered
the lamp in his house before his death.
It can automatically turn on.
Moreover, the placement of this lamp coincides exactly with the slot where one used because it most often when alive.
And when this information spread, it reminded people of the rumor
that the Knights Templar possessed the Holy Grail.
Could it be that one Disney
isn't actually dead?
The coincidence is, one Disney when alive had once revealed to someone, and that person when alive
had once confided to their friend that he intended to preserve his body
using cryogenic methods,
hoping that one day, when technology
he would have the chance to be revived. So what does everyone think about this? Are you sure that one Disney
actually incorporated mystical elements
into his cartoons?
Do you believe that Disney cartoons
contain scenes
aimed at manipulating human consciousness?
And if all of this is true, then what is their purpose? Do you remember the music program that was
once very familiar to us? MTV Music Television.
If you're curious about weather, there are forces that want, through media, culture,
Society to manipulate and implant sinister, violent, deviant thing into human consciousness or not? Try going on YouTube and typing MTV logo surprises await you. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to comment and share with us. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you.
If the signal hooked you, subscribe and catch the next ripple.